Yo, what is going on, guys? So we got a clip here today of a lady who is not too happy about the fact that men have dating preferences. In fact, she calls men's dating preferences discrimination. So let's see what she has to say.
Hey, bestie! You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic.
Yeah, guys, so if you do not have, you don't want to date women who are on the larger side, that makes you fatphobic. Okay, and let's just address this person's comment here, right? Or he isn't attracted to bigger girls like how some people aren't attracted to smaller girls. Everyone is entitled to their own preferences. And this woman is sitting here telling that person that they are wrong. Okay, you notice how when men have preferences in dating, guys, it's automatically shamed? Like, oh, you like younger women. That's gross. That's disgusting. Oh, you like thinner girls. That's just you're insecure. Like you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't like us. That's so rude because you don't like larger girls. Why can't you just man up and do X, Y, Z and just sit there and do what we tell you to do? But anyway, what is going on, gentlemen? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be going over a couple of videos as well as a couple of articles. But before we jump into it, gentlemen, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe on your way in if you're liking the videos, and come and join the Discord and the locals links in the description. Both of those are totally free to join, guys, and if anything happens to the YouTube channel, you'll be notified through those two things. Because, you know, if you make videos on subjects like this, gentlemen, YouTube does not seem to like it very much when men defend themselves and their preferences. But, you know, one more thing before we crack into it, guys. I just want to say a quick thank you for all the happy birthday wishes, by the way, from yesterday. I very much appreciate it. I saw a lot of you guys commenting, and I very much appreciate your kind words. But let's just jump straight into it one more time and go through what she has to say. So, guys, make sure to leave your comments and your thoughts, and we're going to kind of break down what she has to say. And just remember, as we crack into it, this person has said, so the person that this woman is responding to has said, everyone is entitled to their own preferences.
You're wrong.
And apparently we're wrong. Apparently that guy is, I believe it's a woman, right? Yeah, is wrong. Everyone is entitled to their own preferences. Apparently that's wrong, but you know, okay.
I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job.
You know, how people get on here and they make videos, you know, recording themselves, and they talk in the most patronizing tone and expect people to listen to what they have to say. Like, can you guys imagine if I started off every show, every episode, and I did stuff like this to you guys? Like, how annoying that would be, okay? And it's like you're assuming that the people listening to you are inherently, you know, stupid. I don't know, man. I don't think that's a good way to start communicating to people. To just assume that they're stupid or that they're children. Okay, like a lot of people listening to you, right? It's not as if your audience is necessarily dumb. Okay, so maybe you know, maybe laying off that a bit would be a bit wise.
Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic.
Okay, let's address that. Right, let's just flip the script here for a moment, and you ask ladies the question, and you say, okay, do you like tall or how about this? Do you date guys who are shorter than you? Most girls, if they are being truthful to you, and pretty much all girls, if they're being truthful to you, will say the answer no. They won't date a guy that is shorter than them. Okay, and guys, like that's a preference that girls have. They prefer tall guys. They prefer men who earn more money. Nobody bats an eye at these preferences. Okay, but the moment men say, "Hey, I want a girl who looks like this," or "I want a girl who's has these kind of behaviors," oh, you're controlling, right? You're gross. You're XYZ. You're all of these terrible things. It's funny how women's preferences are totally within their rights to have, okay? But men's preferences is all sorts of bad words, right?
Okay, that's not nice. That's not a
And one thing to address there as well, people who are, don't take care of their bodies, who are overweight. Again, I'm trying to be very PG YouTube friendly here, guys, but people who are on the larger side, they are not a minority. I don't know where this line of what did she even say there? Let's have a look at that.
an entire group of marginalized people. That's problematic.
So she goes to say that people who are larger are marginalized. Guys, we're in 2021 right now, and it just seems like the player that what everyone seems to want to do is just become professional victims, right? Oh, look at me, I'm marginalized. Look at me, I'm oppressed. Look at me, I have it so much harder than everybody else. Right? Most people have a lot of problems, guys. You know what I mean? It's like, again, imagine if I came on the show and I just assumed that you guys had no problems in your life. It's like, no, everyone has problems and things that they're dealing with, but everyone's rewarded at the moment for saying, "Oh, look at me, I have it so much more difficult than everyone else." And women will get on TikTok, and man, they are the queens of this stuff. As much as I hate to use that word. Like really, what they do is they sit around and they pat each other on the back for who can kind of rack up the most sympathy points, and then they give each other a crown and they're like, "Oh, girl, you're fantastic. You have it so rough, man." Goodness me.
Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic.
No, it's not. Right, so let me just put it to you this way, guys. If you like girls who are on the larger side, cool. I don't care. Okay, that's you. That's your preference. That's your preference. Personally, not mine. Okay. The thing is to go and say that men are being awful, right? They're being that's not a preference. It is a preference. Okay, stop trying to shame men into liking people that they don't necessarily like. Okay, this is like career women, right, who are 35 and 40 years old, getting on in their life saying, "Oh, well, men should like me because I put in the hard work." It's like that's just not what men generally like. You can't force men to like you because you're a particular way. No matter how much you want to try and shame guys into accepting you or wanting you, you can't push that agenda on guys. Like, really. But gentlemen, we've got another clip here today if I click on the right screen, which I have not. And this one is from a woman who, so you guys can't see the text up here, but the guy who's speaking in this video has dropped $600 on the first date. And this is something I wanted to show you guys, and we're going to be running through it as well. So let's have a look.
Wait, so you're really trying to leave me?
I thought you had a good time overall.
I had a great time.
I thought we
that wasn't the thing.
Too, but we didn't like.
That ain't the thing. You gotta hear me out. That ain't the thing. I'm saying like I just wanted to come. I know dude from social media, so I thought we was gonna come and I was gonna try a couple appetizers and stuff. But after you ordered the steak, I figured you was really into me. If you know what I'm saying.
No, well, we're at this place where they have.
Nah, man, you don't
amazing,
get it, man.
They have
you don't
these
get
amazing steaks.
I mean, who you think I am, Big Meat? You think I'm Big Meat? You know?
Why would you bring me here then?
What do you mean? You recommended this. Why would you bring me here? I said I wanted to go on a date. We could have walked around, hold hands on South Beach or something. You know what I'm saying? I could have got you a rose or something simple.
Don't make me feel bad about.
No. Make me feel bad. How am I making you feel bad? I'm just saying. Maybe we can go.
Do you love like how easily it comes to some people to just flip the script back on dudes? Right? So this girl, I think what happened is she took him to or she suggested that they go to this place. So he went, "Yeah, okay, sounds good." They went there. And then she just ordered the most expensive stuff, and had a bunch of steaks and all that, and it racked up a bill of $600. And now she wants to do the whole okay, bye. It was nice meeting you. It was good to see you. And then she wants to run off. And I'm just gonna play this kind of as we talk over it here, guys. But this is something that girls will do very frequently. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why I say that if you're a man out here and you're dating, don't be going out on these dates, dropping, a few hundred here and there, or like $50 here and there to take a girl out to a place. If a girl is into you, man, she won't be needing your money up front. Okay, like you'll notice that when women when women are dating, what they want to do is they want to get everything that you have to offer up front, and then they don't want to have to give everything. Give anything, excuse me. So this is why you'll see it's incredibly common for men to go on dates, right? Spend $100 or something like that. And then at the end of the date, the girl will want to say, okay, nice to meet you, and maybe she'll give you a peck on the cheek, and then she'll go home, and then she'll see the guy that she actually wants. Okay, like what you have to understand, guys, is that women will categorize you in their dating life. A lot of men make the mistake thinking and think that, oh, we went on a date, so we must be progressing towards a relationship. She must really like me. Girls will go on dates and have no intention of seeing you past that date, or no intention of seeing you romantically. I'm telling you, man, girls go to dates and go on these things with preconceived goals in mind. Okay, well, is he the guy that's going to give me free food? Is he the guy that's going to give me free attention? And I mean, look at this, right? Look at this face, right? When she's pulled up on it, it's kind of like a child, right? When you try and hold them accountable, right? This is one of the reasons as well. I say it's just a huge waste of time to try and sit there and have a discussion with a girl and convince her that she's in the wrong, man. She's gonna take no accountability for this situation. I mean, let's have one more of a look through this, right? Let's have a look.
Ordered the steak. I figured you was really into me, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, we're at this place where they have.
Nah, man, you don't get it, man.
Notice how she tries to play dumb, right? She's like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. I just came here and I spent your money because I thought that you were a nice guy. Right? You see, if you let her slip away with it, she's gonna pull this kind of stuff, man. Oh, and she's gonna play stupid. Like play the I have no idea what the hell's going on card.
Man,
They have
you
these
don't get it.
amazing steaks.
I mean, who you think I am, Big Meat? You think I'm Big Meat? You know?
Why would you bring me here then?
And like even right after that question, she knows the fact that she's in the wrong. Okay, because she knows that she was the one that suggested it and brought him there technically. Like she was the one that brought up the idea of going to this place. So you'll notice that like girls don't even, man, a lot of times when they get themselves into arguments like this, they don't have a leg to stand on. This is why you'll notice when you're in an argument, when you're in a discussion, it always very quickly shifts to something something almost interpersonal, emotional, right? Because they can't win the argument from a point of logic and reason, so they have to kind of spin it back on the guy.
What do you mean? You recommended this. Why would you bring me here? I said I wanted to go on a date. We could have walked around, hold hands on South Beach or something. You know what I'm saying? I could have got you a rose or something simple.
Yeah, and the funny part about that is, right, like you could have gone and did these things. And a girl who actually likes you, oh, she'll be happy to have a walk on the beach with you. She'll be happy that she gets a shred of your damn time. Girls who don't like you, man, oh yeah, I'm a real classy girl. I gotta be taken to the best restaurant in town because I know what I deserve and I know what I deserve and I'm a queen and all this kind of stuff, so I deserve to be taken on a date. I'm tired of men not treating me to dates, so I want a real man to come along and provide me with the experience I deserve. That's the kind of the BS attitude. But make no mistake, right? Girls will, I kid you not when I say this, okay? They will get dressed up like this, get a whole outfit going on, color coordinated, all do their hair, do their makeup. They'll literally go out on a date with a guy, and they're not planning on seeing you after the date, or hell, maybe, that night, for example. She's probably not romantically interested in you a lot of the time. And the reason that they actually dressed up like this was they think to themselves, okay, well, I'm going to go get some free food, and then afterwards I'm gonna go see the guy that I actually like. You know what I mean? It's like this whole dressing up. A lot of men don't actually realize that it's not even for them, right? It's not even for you. But gentlemen, we're going to be cracking into the next story momentarily here as I find which one we're going to pull up to have a look at. But some of these things are just so funny to watch kind of unfold in real time.
Don't make me.
And they just make absolutely no, like they make no sense if you don't know what you're looking at. But when when you look at it, it becomes painfully obvious if you watch this stuff for any length of time. But we've got another video here, and this is a very interesting one. Goodness gracious me, and it's becoming a little bit too common these days, shall we say. So let's see what this woman has to say.
You're like, it's the hairy armpits for me. You're so observant. But I also have stomach hair, back hair, arm hair, and leg hair. And you're probably just as hairy as me, but you've been removing it since 6th grade. Like you, I could remove my hair at a moment's notice. But it's actually you who needs to change, not me. And bad news, it might take years to fix that unattractive, judgmental personality. But hey, good luck.
I find it very funny when people make videos like this, and here's the thing, right? You can look however you want as long as you're not, a nuisance to society. Okay, but these ladies will get on here and they'll make TikToks and videos of themselves, and for what, man? It's just all for attention. You don't want to shave? Okay, cool. Like, expect guys to not want to talk to you. Okay, man, girls, what they'll do, right, is they'll go out and they don't seem to understand that the market determines their value. Right, so you can get these girls out here, man. You can dye your hair whatever the hell color you want. You can grow your body hair out if you want. You can do these things if you'd like to. But then turn around to other people and say, you know what? If you don't like it, that's discrimination, or you're rude for it, or it's a you problem. It's like, no, people just have preferences in what they do or don't like. Okay, and no amount of shaming and all this kind of BS will get men to appreciate that. And I understand that this particular TikTok is not necessarily directed at men. She didn't specifically reference men there, guys. But it's just in dating, girls carry this attitude like, I can do whatever the hell I want, right? And if you disagree, if you don't like it, then you're oppressing me. You're trying to control me. Man, that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, right? Is when girls pull this card of, oh, you're trying to control me. Guys, let me just say this real quick before we jump into the story here, okay? Before we jump into this Reddit story. Guys, I'm not interested in controlling people at all, and I don't think you should be either. Okay, if there's a girl and she's doing all these sorts of terrible behaviors and annoying behaviors in your life and she's causing you a lot of headaches, the last thing I want to do is control someone like that. They can just get the hell out. I'm not going to waste my time trying to tell you how you should act. You either act right or you get out. Okay, too many guys are trying to, fix behaviors and get her to act a certain way. Guys, if she's not acting, in a way that's actually helpful to you, in a way that benefits your life, then why the hell is she even there, man? Let's continue with the story. So this one is titled, Did I Do the Right Thing? I, a 26-year-old male, told my wife, who is 25, that I wanted a divorce. The straw that broke the camel's back was that I found out she had been texting her ex-husband for the past couple of months, and her ex-boyfriend starting recently, so 2 exes this woman is talking to. I don't know what the conversations with her ex-husband were about, but I know that they had also been sending Snapchats to one another. She had been deleting their texts and other messages for months at least. He was physically a word to her and a serial cheater. She promised me that she would never be in contact with him after I expressed discomfort when he repeatedly messaged her on multiple platforms. I don't know how long any of this has been going on because she's lied to me on multiple occasions about things both important and trivial, such as the fact that they were together the year we met and the fact that they were ever married at all. Right, so he didn't know that they were even married, apparently, if I'm reading that correctly. I'm a little bit tired, but I think I'm reading that correctly. Goodness me. I confronted her about this and eventually forgave her, only for her to come clean the next day about also texting her ex-boyfriend because she thought I was going to leave her and she wanted someone to talk to. This is also happening right before she was going to go back home for a few months while I sell the house and transition out of the military. So it looks to me like she was lining up some potential options while she would be home alone. You know, like, we read stories like this, guys, and they really suck to go through, right? It really shows, what's actually going on in relationships, and, it's useful to understand these sorts of things. But the silver lining of these situations that, makes me a little bit happy is that men actually, they have a clue what's going on. Like, a lot of guys can actually see, okay, well, she's doing this and that, and it's good to see men have a clue rather than just getting completely blindsided by this stuff. Because if you're a guy and you're in this situation, and you don't recognize that, hey, maybe she's doing this, then it's going to hit you a lot harder. But it's always good to see men kind of have a clue about what's going on. And the fact as well that this guy's in the military, man. And like, just the insane amount of disrespect that he's trying to sell the house and he's trying to work his job, and she has the audacity to go behind his back and try and organize this. It's like, man, the amount of times, right, before we continue with the story here, guys, the amount of times that I see men who are putting in all the effort, right, they're paying all the bills, right, they own the house, they own the roof under which their girl is sleeping, and she's causing him headaches. It makes no sense to me, man. I know a couple of guys in real life who just disgustingly successful, right? Who have really put in the work and made something of themselves, and they're in a really comfortable place in life. And they've got, one of them has a wife and one of them has a girlfriend, man. And they just let them boss them around as if they're not paying everything for them. It's like, guys, have some self-respect here. We have only been together for 3 years total, but over that time she has been far from a perfect partner. She's changed jobs and college majors over 5 times since I've known her, and barely progressed either personally or professionally in any way. I would come home from long days and have to cook, clean, and care for the dogs and everything else. I would ask her to clean up her messes, and she would say, F off, I'm tired, from a day of sleeping in until noon or later and playing video games and being on her phone all day. I have been the sole provider for us in every way, and I knew I never wanted to have kids with her, even though I always wanted to be a parent. I am a moderately driven individual, both at work and in bettering myself, reading, exercising, etc. And all she wants to do is sit on the couch and complain about life every day. Goodness me, that's draining, honestly. Over time, this led me to have less empathy for whatever her complaint of the day was. She was also very manipulative, especially when it comes to my friends and family, always telling me that they don't really love me and only she did. Even though I felt disrespected on all fronts because she never made any effort to do anything I asked her, I know she was suffering from these two things, and I have been patient with her regarding that, but she never took any actions to actually get better. Poor diet, no exercise, etc. Even though I tried to engage her with everything proven to help that. She has also been physically A-word to me in the past during arguments, and I'm somehow the one who ends up apologizing. This is the first day without her here, and I do miss her presence and my other dog mostly, but I know I can't trust her, and my insecurity has skyrocketed. There is more to the story, but all in all, I am wondering if I reacted too harshly or if this was the right move. Gentlemen, something that I got an email about the other day, and I'm going to try and quickly cover here, is the fact that there are many angles you could take to approach this, but obviously their solution is have some self-respect, leave her, and get her the hell out, and protect your assets if you can, right? That's the cut and dry of the issue. That's what the guy should be doing. Okay, but I got an interesting email the other day. This is something that I hadn't considered. And I'll show you this email in a later video. If the guy wants to be named at all, I'm just checking with him right now. But there are businesses out there where there'll be like relationship counselors that will try and help men get through infidelity, help relationships survive infidelity. Right? There are people out there who will try and capitalize on the fact that men will be hopeful and want to try and hold things together. Guys, you are not holding things together. You are not trying to make your wife stay. You are not trying to make your girlfriend stay. Okay, and guys, look, you can let me just explain this real quick. This whole even though I felt disrespected on all fronts because she never made any effort to do anything I asked of her. You've got to take some accountability here, guys. You cannot be putting up with disrespect like this and expect things to get better. Because let me tell you this, if you allow disrespect from people, expect it to continue and to get worse. If you're a man and you have poor boundaries and you let your boundaries be shoved by other people, they're going to continue to push those boundaries and continue and continue. I don't care how many times they say to your face, I love you, I care about you, all of these kind of things, gentlemen. Your boundaries are so incredibly important in relationships. I don't care if it's friends, I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's romantic. But too many guys will shove their boundaries and just accept behavior that's unacceptable. And then when it comes to the girl cheating, they're shocked. Guys, we know the road, okay? Don't be accepting disrespect. But gentlemen, we're going to be jumping into one more story before we wrap up today's episode. Guys, make sure to leave your comments and your thoughts as we're going through. It's always interesting to see what you guys have to say. And quite often you guys pick up on things that I don't even, that don't even register. So it is always good to see what you guys have to say on these situations. So this one is titled, She Can't Stand Whenever I Play a Computer Game. I love gaming and I love her. I'm a 26-year-old man and my wife is 24 years old. We have been happily married for 6 months. Everything is perfect, but she just can't stand it whenever I game. And since we got together, I don't even play that much. I play 1 or 2 games a day. A game may average around 30 to 45 minutes, and this is after doing all chores for the day and coming back home and only in my free time. I work from 8 to 6 and she works from 10 till 3. We share chores, although she does most of the cooking. But I do laundry, clean up, take care of the bills. I never asked her where she spends whatever she earns. She wouldn't mind if I am out for a game with friends, like a sport, a tennis game for example. She wouldn't mind if I watch a movie alone. But she hates it when I play a computer game and she's never willing to compromise on it. And before we continue, obviously we just got to highlight this. This guy is taking care of the bills, by the way. Okay, so it sounds like he's doing his fair share of the housework, right? He's working longer hours than her, and he's paying the bills. And this girl has the audacity to tell him what to do in his free time. Let's continue. I've started to play 1 or 2 games in a gaming center outside while lying to her, making some excuse. I hate doing that, but she won't let me. And I need to play at least 1 game a day to keep my day going. I need some entertainment. Am I not allowed to have alone time at all after marriage? Do I have to do every single thing with her together? She goes alone with her friends or colleagues or spends hours on the phone. I never say a thing because it's okay to me. I feel like I should give her that space. But why can't she do the same for me and is not willing to listen at all? We've not had any major fight or argument till now, but I fear this might be heading there soon and I don't know what to do. Yeah. These double standards will exist in relationships, guys. And let me just say this. If you're in a situation where the words come out of your mouth, she won't let me blank, the relationship, you might as well just cross off the relationship right there, guys. You are not in a leadership position in a relationship. Okay? And look, someone is going to lead the relationship. It is either going to be her or it is going to be you. Gentlemen, I would much rather it be you. And the reason for that is because, one, you get to choose what it is you want to do. You get to set up the dynamics. You get to choose what kind of people you allow into your life. It's infinitely better. But the other thing as well, guys, is girls don't even want men who don't lead. They'll treat you like garbage, right? I get a lot of guys, men, and I see them go on dates and stuff like this, and what they'll do is they'll say to the girl, "Oh, where do you want to go?" Right? I went out for a coffee the other day, and I saw a couple walked in, right? And they sat on the other side of the room to me, and the guy was, he was unsure. He asked her where she wanted to sit, and he wasn't sure what to order. And I could look at the girl, and I could tell that she hated it. Right? Girls hate this stuff, man. This indecisive stuff, this if you're not leading in a relationship, guys, expect it. It's on a timer. Okay, all relationships are essentially on a timer anyway. But girls have very minimal patience putting up with guys who won't lead. Girls who put up with that are typically ones who need a guy there out of necessity. So they'll put up with you not deciding because they need a roof over their head or they need some kids taken care of or something like that. Excuse me. But gentlemen, we're going to call today's episode there. As always, make sure you leave your comments and your thoughts below. Always interesting to see what you guys have to say. Make sure you come and join the locals and the Discord links in the description. Gentlemen, if anything happens to the channel, you'll be notified through those 2 things. like I said, guys, in many videos, I don't know if this channel is going to last 6 years. I don't know if it's going to last a week. So make sure you are over on Discord or Locals. Both are free to join, guys. And if you'd like to support the show, Locals has an option for that as well. But guys, we're going to call it there. As always, make sure you take care of yourselves. And I will see you boys in the next video. Peace.